But real quick before we move on to afterbirth and some of like your favorite mom must have, what what would be some advice or maybe just like quick encouragement for women listening who are about to start the IVF process and about to start like vetting for a surrogate through an agency, like all of that? What kind of just like encouragement would you give them who are about to start the process?
Well, I would say it's a long road, but it's totally worth it. And um, do your best to ha- have patience, and
Mhm.
also do your research. Don't necessarily jump to the first agency that you see or the first surrogate that's available, and just make sure your personalities are compatible. And
That's good
that's a
advice.
big thing. And if you know of anyone that has used an agency, ask them, because that changed my whole situation.
Totally. That's great advice. Okay, so you mentioned formula. So you said that your surrogate, you guys, she didn't pump. You guys kind of like ended that journey at the hospital. You brought Holden home. Kathy is a saint and she's going to pump and hopefully give me some breast milk. But she's also
Hmm.
pumping for her as well, just to balance her hormones and burn some
Oh, that's
calories.
awesome.
I know.
Yeah,
So,
I want to try at least. I mean, it's grateful. I'm grateful because Sarah is like, whatever, you don't have to if you don't want to. So if it works for like a week, then that's all I'll do. But I
yeah,
want to try. But
you can
you know,
try.
sometimes I get the idea of you being like, okay, we've worked with you for like an entire year. I'm taking my baby home and doing formula. Like I get that idea as well.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
there's something about just like ending, and Richard mentioned this too. He was like, Kelly doesn't feel like she has to keep pumping. Like if we want to like end the journey, cut the tie. Like I totally
Hmm.
get that too.
Well,
But
my pediatrician, who's the best in the biz, he's been on the Today Show a million times, Dr. Hamilton, he said formula is just fine. And
Yeah.
I bought the fancy HIPAA and the other one from
Bobby, did you?
Hall.
um, yeah, Hall.
Oh,
I got
Hall.
all
Mhm.
those, and my son didn't like them, so I just did
Yeah.
Similac
Good for you.
sensitive or something. So, and my doctor said that's just fine. So,
Oh,
It
good.
really is. I mean, the most important thing is that baby's gaining weight, getting fed, and that mom is feeling happy and healthy mentally.
That's the
right,
most
exactly.
important. So we are actually in the process of stocking up on Formula 2 just to be ready. Um, Speaking of like, it's funny because I haven't done the newborn phase in 4 years. Like Charlotte just turned 4, and I've like somehow forgotten everything of things I
Oh,
needed. Um,
totally.
can you help me? Because I'm actually in the process of making my list, and there's actually new stuff since Charlotte has been born that I'm like, wait, that didn't exist. That's cool. Is there anything that you like couldn't live without on those first
Yes.
couple weeks home?
Well, the baby Brezza formula, if you're going to do bottles, the formula maker makes the bottles for you. So you just put the powder in there, it's all set. It's
Oh
like
my
an
gosh.
espresso for bottles. And
Amazing.
it's that was the number one thing for me. And then just the good old baby swing is great,
Yeah.
especially if you have another kid. And I really wanted to have babies back to back. And obviously that didn't work out, but I will tell you, having Cricket is just turned 4 as well. And she is so helpful. I flew to Idaho with both of my kids on my own yesterday, and which was not awesome.